Big L says, we need a Marc Gasol type of center. We do. And Walker Kessler kind of fits that role just a little bit. Doesn't shoot threes yet. Probably will, though. Probably will in his lifetime. But the Walker Kessler thing is a little bit of a dream for me. I didn't mention this update from Bagley, but I'll mention it now. Bagley did mention that at this point in time, it's looking less likely that the Knicks are going to be able to pull off a trade for one of those younger centers, like a Kessler, like a Durant, because their trade value right now is significantly high. You're going to have to give up really good assets to get them. The problem is the Knicks don't have really good assets. So the ability to get these guys is unfortunately lowered. I don't like that. It's not what I want, but that's the reality. Okay, Peter says, Peter Zhang says, you think we can pull off a Walker Kessler trade? Honestly, no. Earlier, I had a lot of hope because we had a lot of assets. We were able to put our roster together fairly quickly and understand our needs. And I think if it happened earlier, we'd have a better chance. As rosters come together, they sign different players and they understand where the league is headed and going. Teams start to think about their roster and think about what they're going to do during the season and potentially what they're going to do during the trade deadline. They stop thinking about moves they're going to do during this offseason. So as we get closer to training camp and all these other places, with the Knicks not being able to get that trade done and clearly having a different trade target each and every week, it tells you something. It tells you that they can't get Walker Kessler. The price is too high. They want other centers. Their price is probably too high. So now they're looking all the way around the league, all across the league, trying to figure out what other centers are available. Maybe centers that make a lot of money because maybe that's the incentive for the team to trade that center. Maybe that's why they're looking for that. And then get that center on this team via trade. And if that's the case, the center's getting paid a lot of money and maybe they only have a year left on their deal, the Knicks might be looking for that because you can get a player like that who can help your team right now without having to give up significant assets. And if it's the last resort and they have nothing else and they just don't believe in Precious Achiuwa being that backup center, they might bite the bullet and make that trade for a player that even we're not talking about or one of the players you're seeing right here. Vucevic, Capella, or Lopez. And I want to remember, one of those players was Capella. And since the Knicks checked into Capella, that means they're perfectly okay making a trade and trading away significant assets. Mitchell Robinson potentially, Deuce McBride potentially, sign and trade with Precious Achiuwa potentially, Sims, and of course, those protected first-round picks. But it's clear, the Knicks are in it to win it, and winning it means getting that center position filled, and they'll do anything in their power to get it done. G5 Wiz says, what about acquiring DeAndre Ayton for Sims, Mitch, Deuce, and draft picks for Ayton? There was a game last year. He missed it. Google why he missed it. After you get that answer, you'll understand why I don't want him anywhere, even remotely close to the Knicks, New York, or our organization. And you can save all the, well, it really gets really cold over there. If I'm rich as hell, I'm going to hire as many people as I need to get me to work where I make millions of dollars. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's not you. It's okay. We don't got to be the same. But Ayton is toxic. I look at Ayton the same way I used to look at Andrew Bynum. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember Andrew Bynum or not. Lakers guy. Remember when Philly traded for him? Kevin Hart had the famous quote line saying, thought we were getting a star, got a lemon. That's what an Ayton trade to me is. The Knicks get Ayton. It's essentially Andrew Bynum, but the expiration date is up in the air. We have no idea when. Not a fan at all of Ayton. Attitude for me is a big thing in this game. He doesn't have the right attitude. He comes into the game with the wrong mentality. It looks like it's more about him than his teammates. And I don't like players like that, honestly. I don't think he would thrive here with the Knicks. Personally speaking, though. But I appreciate that. Jimmy says, Hukporti can be the next iHeart. He has a motor, hook shot, mid-range, and boards. He looks good. The problem with Hukporti that I have is that he always, when he's doing the hook shot, for instance, he turns to his weak side. What do I mean by that? He turns to a side that has a defender in front of him. So that makes the shot instantly harder because now you have a defender in front of you. It's going to make you rush your shot, and you have something in front of you that's making you can't see what's going on. You have to turn the other way. He just has to spin right or make it so like he's going to spin right and spin the other way. Fake out something like that so the shot becomes easier. He doesn't utilize that well. He has the skill set, has the talent, but he does not know how to utilize it enough yet. When he's on the floor, his back's to the basket, he sees where the player is. Why does he go like this, see there's space there, and turn the other way toward the defender? That doesn't make sense. It's not high basketball IQ because now you have somebody in front of you have to shoot over. Wouldn't it be easier if you spun that way? You're 2 inches closer to the rim right now, and nobody's in front of you. Why don't you just do that? Again, I did like what I saw from that last game, but he's been a little bit disappointing in my eyes for the first 2 Summer League games. But in saying that, it's Summer League. It's not going to make or break them. This is just a showcase of skills and what they can do. Even if he doesn't have a great Summer League, it doesn't mean he won't have a great NBA career. I just want to point that out. Let's see. Peter says, trading Mitch would be a huge mistake. Offensive rebounds have been a key focal point to our offense. Trading him for someone like Clint, who averages less than double what Mitch averages, is bad. You ever think about the reason he doesn't average as many is because when they play, they have more penetrators, so he doesn't get asked to actually rebound the ball? With the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson's only goal is to rebound the ball, block shots, and defend. Doesn't have to worry about anything else. Clint Capella would do the exact same thing. Look at them on paper. Look at their numbers on paper, their averages on paper, what they do on paper. Even last season, Mitchell Robinson, right, led the league in offensive rebounding percentage. You want to know who was second? Clint Capella. So yeah, maybe in certain categories, he's not better than Mitch. But one category, he is way better than Mitch, and it's not even close. Games played. Last year, I think he played, 79? Year before that, 69. Year before that, 72. You want to know what Mitch's was? Because I guarantee it's worse. I think it's like 60, 30, and 50 or something like that. It's probably worse than that. And that's the difference. So you could say it would be a huge mistake, and I understand why you would say that because of the chemistry, that what he's developed with the team, hometown boy in terms of growth, and we drafted him, thrive under Tom Thibodeau. But you got to know when to let go. You have to let go. He's an anchor now. And the more you hold him, the less you're going to get for him when you realize, and it's too late, that you have to let him go. If you enjoyed these clips from the live show, be sure to subscribe to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new episodes or when we go live. Thanks for watching, Knicks fans, and until next time, peace.